This is the Math 1401 Zoom meeting for 8 p.m. I'm just going to work a few more of the different word problems, forwards word problems here first. Some I haven't done, just to give you more examples. (7.2), page 348. Why don't we try Why don't we try 39B? What is the probability? Let's see, we got a mean here of 1,262 chocolate chips and standard deviation 118. And what is the probability you contain less than 1,000 chips? Is probability you contain less than 1,000 chocolate chips. And so we picture this. 62 in the middle, standard deviation 118. 1,000 is less than 1,262 and shaded less than that. So we find our z value. It equals 1,000 minus the 1,262 divided by 118. Oh, we have a participant, Mr. Augustine. I'm working problem 39B.
Okay, good evening, Professor.
Yeah, got bad weather tonight, just thunder and lightning all over the place here. I'm going to finish this one, then we'll ask if you got any questions.
Okay, Professor.
Divided by 118. So if you can see that, I'm figuring the z-score here, problem 39B. That's the Chips Ahoy problem with a mean of 1,262, standard deviation of 118. And part B asks what's the probability that you got less than 1,000 chips in it. And so I've set up the z-score formula. I've punched it in. I haven't hit the enter button to get the answer for the z-score. Negative 2.22. So 1,000 is 2.22 standard deviations below 1,262. All right, I'm going to split off the 2. Look it up forwards. Negative 2.2. O2 column is 0.0170. Negative 2.2. No, I'm sorry. Wrong row below. It's 0.0132. From the table, 0.0132, that would be the area to the black or to the left of the black or to the left. And would be our answer. 2. All right, well, that's one to get us started, and we have a participant now. You got any questions you want to ask?
No, Professor, I want to learn how it is the word problem is solved. So looking at you solve them helps a lot.
Oh, it does. Okay. Well, it's all a matter of in the word problems, drawing the picture and shading the area. That's very important because that lets you know this is just a straight left side trick here, lookup trick. And you look it up and you get your answer. They'll ask you areas to the right, and that's, we got to subtract from 1, the right side trick. They'll ask you between 2 numbers, sometimes 2 tails. Is there any particular trick you want to see, forwards or backwards?
I want to see forward and backward.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock, Miss Obase really had me do like all the 8 problems, which were like 37 here and 47. So we really beat the 8 problems to death, but we didn't really get many of the other examples of the other kinds. Do you want to see more Chips Ahoy, or do you want to go on to 41?
41, please. So I will watch the video on for the 12 o'clock. That will help.
Okay. So this is page 348, 41. This is about human pregnancies. Well, maybe I'll just write the numbers down. Your mean is 266 and standard deviation is 16. Okay, so I can go ahead and picture it with 266 in the center. They're saying an average human pregnancy lasts 266 days with a standard deviation of 16. So part A, find, well, they ask it in words, what proportion of pregnancies last more than 270? You can shorten it up, find the probability you're greater than 270. You get the setup, see how to set it up?
Yes, Professor. So it will be to the right of 266.
Well, yeah, 270 will be on the right of 266 and it's going to shade the right of 270.
Yes.
And so you got 270 and you're going to shade right of that. They want to know more than or greater than 270. No, it's a really long pregnancy. Baby just doesn't want to come. So we need a z-score for that. 270 minus 266, and we're going to divide by 16. You almost do this in your head, meaning you got 4 on top, 4 over 16. That's going to be 1/4, which is 0.25. So at 270, you're 1/4 of a standard deviation above the mean. We can split off the 5. Point 2, 5. See that? 0.5987, which is again area of the black. The table says 5987, which is this direction. So this is a right side trick in effect. Our actual answer probability will be 1 minus 0.5987. (4013). 40% of pregnancies will go longer than 270 days. Questions about that? It's a right side trick in effect. Do you want to see more examples of that, or you want to see some backwards? I've lost you. Are you still there? Oh, maybe you'll reconnect. We'll try one between two numbers. Maybe you can get reconnected. I don't know if you can hear me, but maybe you had to go do something. All right, let's see. 240 to 280. Try 41C. Your mean is 260. An deviation of 16. Probability 240 to find 240 to 280 days. 20 days short to 20 days longer. Again, it was 266. That was 266. My apologies. 266. So 240. 280. So the z-score here, 240 minus 280. Standard deviation, remember, was 16, and you're dividing by 16. I am butchering this. 240 minus 266 in the center divided by 16. My apologies. 240 minus 266 in the center, divide by 16. Negative 0.1.625. All right, again, this is where it gets fuzzy. We could look up either negative 1.62 or negative, we could use 0.62 or negative 1.63. You can use either one. We won't make you pick, call one right, one wrong on the test or anything. I guess I'll use negative 1.63. Three, four, three, negative one. I don't know if you can read this. Negative 1.6 over to 03 column, 0.0516. Table says 0.0516, which is that way. When I do the other z, it's equal to 280 minus 266 divided by 16. That'll be negative 14 over 16, won't it? 280 minus 266 divided by 16, 0.875. I'll use 0.88, but you can use 0.87. 0.88. 0.8 over 2.8. 0.8106. 0.8106. 8106. That would be all the way left of this. Answer. Probability equals 0.8106 minus 0.0516. 0.8106 minus 0.0516. 0.8106 minus 0.0516. 759. 75% chance it's going to be between 240 and 280 days. I don't know if you want me to switch problems and numbers. There's a lot of parts to these. Why don't we try some from 45? And what you get in 45 is a, well, why don't we try like 43A? We'll do all of 43. Steel rods are manufactured with a mean length of 25 centimeters. Variability in the manufacturing process, you get a standard deviation of 0.07. Those are not all exactly 25 centimeters. What proportion less than 24.9? Find effect probability proportion less than 24.9. 25 in the center, 24.9, probably a lot closer to 25 than I'm showing it, but I'm trying to exaggerate to everyone can see. You would need your z-score, 24.9 minus 25 divided by 0.07. Parentheses there and there. Got my parentheses. Never fear, if you forget your parentheses, just hit enter to do the top and then divide by 0.07. Negative 1.4285. Again, you can just use 2 digits, 42, or you can look at the 4285 and call it negative 1.43, and that's what I'll do. You can do it either way. Split that off. Negative 1.4 to the 03, which is 0764. Table. Proportion is equal to 0.0764. And just a straight lookup. 7% will be less than 24.9. All right, why don't we try an example of 45? Oh, we're back. Oh, Miss Obase, you're
Yes, sir.
here. I was just working some examples of the forwards problems. Do you have any more you'd like to see?
Let me check, please.
Okay. While you're checking, you want me to work another part? I think I'll jump to a backwards problem.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll just jump to one while you're looking.
Okay.
Let's try page 349. Say problem 49A. This is the Chips Ahoy backwards problem. So Ahoy backwards. So they want you to find 30th percentile. And your mean, again, is 1262 with a standard deviation of 116. $12.62 in the center, standard deviation 116. There'll be some point X where you will have 0.3000 to its left. This is 30% to left, always. So I look that up and find Z. Point 32912. Smaller. Okay, I see a 3015 and a 2981. I'm gonna write them least to greatest in reverse order to the paper. A 1.3015. You're 15 high, 19 low. So I will pick this one, giving me a Z of negative 0.52. I now have the formula X minus mean divided by standard deviation, negative 0.52 X, this is defined X, minus 1262 divided by 118. So now I'm going to go negative 0.52 times 118 equals X minus 1262. And then I'm going to add 1262 and add 1262, kind of do it all at once. I'll multiply this and Add the 1262, just kind of all at once. Two times my 118 and add the 1262. 1200.64. At 1200 chocolate chips, I've got 30% of the bags will have fewer chocolate chips. It's called the 30th percentile. Did you find your problem? You're muted if you're trying to talk.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Did you find your problem?
Right now, it's like I have a problem with Google Chrome.
I'm sorry, with
I can't access my lab right now.
Okay, do you have in other words, do you have a problem with MyLab problems or?
No, I just wanted to like we should work like just one example from the backward problem.
I pretty
Like,
much, yeah, I
for
pretty
the
much,
sake-
okay.
Sorry.
No problem. I pretty much have done one example of every problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I will take it from there.
Okay. So is there anything else or is?
No, please.
Okay. Well, we're about 30 minutes. If there's nothing else, I guess we can call it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, sounds good. And yeah, the test will be out tomorrow.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, sure thing. In fact, I'll just write that test 3 tomorrow. It will be 4. I'm sorry, it's test 4.
Okay, there is something I would like to say.
Okay.
The quiz we took last week. I think
Dad gummit. It's I'm trying to. Can you still hear me?
Yes, please.
I'm trying. This is the Loniga, the what do they call it?
The login.
Your emergency alert. Okay, here we go. We're back. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the emergency. I think we're in a tornado watch.
Okay.
Okay.
What I was trying to say is that when I did when I solved the quiz of last week, when I did it the first time, I had 70 because I took time to solve all the problems. But the 3 that I failed, I noticed that I kind of like confused like, because you already have the number, the numbers from the table for us. I think if you can allow us to like go to the table and take the number ourselves, I think that would like reduce the confusion I had on the quiz last week. So I don't know about others.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've got to work out a problem. Our system is that I've got to work out the problem to an answer.
Okay.
Now the answer might be correct or it might be incorrect.
Okay.
That's where you're grading me. I think now that I'm thinking, I'm trying to delve into what your issue is. And I think your issue is that maybe I'm working the problem, of course, with my table.
I think so. I'm also working with, I think, my own table. So I don't know if that was the problem I have.
So yeah, you're working it with your table and the numbers look a little different to you. Is that the point?
I think so,
Yeah.
because I think I work it correctly, but my answer was wrong.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
But the table you emailed, are they the same table you are going to use on the test?
This is I emailed this table out.
Yes, please.
I already did.
Yes, please. I just wish to ask, is it the same table you are going to use?
Yes, it's the only
Okay.
table I have.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so if you've got the email with this table,
Yeah, I'll print it out.
then that's the deal. If you want to make your numbers match, then use this table.
Okay, thank you.
I agree, it's confusing when you go to my lab and their table seems a little different. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, it's
That
different.
is confusing. Yeah, I agree. But yes, I am using this table that I emailed out.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
We'll see y'all. Yeah, we'll go ahead and end the meeting then.
Okay, so it's only 6.1 and 7.2, right?
That is right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you for coming out. We'll see you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful night.
Same to you.